Hello, hello my friends. In this video, we will going to learn how the first law of thermodynamics can be applied for a process. This is your piston cylinder arrangement in which there is a piston and this is your cylinder, right? And in the piston cylinder arrangement, air as a system. See, this is our boundary of the system, dotted line. And the initial condition of the air is given by V1 400 liter, P1 150 kilopascal, and T1 27 degree centigrade. Okay, right? And the piston on the stop. Initially, the piston rests on the stop, and the mass of the piston is such that 350 kilopascal pressure is required to move it. So initially there is a pressure 150 kilopascal, so the piston will not able to move up. So how much pressure will required to that the piston will move up? The pressure is 150 kilopascal. This is a equilibrium pressure in which at this pressure the piston will move slowly to upward direction. And then now if we continuously supply to heat until its volume is twice of the initial volume. So in this process, what is the final temperature? Why? Because you are adding the energy in the form of heat to the system, so its temperature will rise. And during that process, what is the volume, what is the work done by the air, and then how much heat will supplied to achieve that final situation. Now, air in a piston cylinder device with a set of a stop is heated until its volume is double, right? The final temperature and work done and total heat transfer is to be determined. Now, first of all, routine work. What is your assumption? What is the assumption? Assumption number first. Assumption number first is, say, what is your assumption? Assumption number first. Air is our system, or it act as an ideal gas. Why? Because the temperature of the gas T1 is much higher than the temperature of the air at its critical value, and pressure of the air is much less than the pressure of its critical value. So these two conditions satisfied that the gas behave as an ideal gas. Number first. Number second assumption is that the system is stationary. The system is stationary, that means change in kinetic energy and change in potential energy will also zero, right? And number third assumption is that the volume remains constant. See, when the piston is resting on the stop, and if we heat supply, if the piston doesn't lose its contact until the volume remains constant to the constant of the system, and there is a limiting at which the piston will separate, and then the piston will separate to the stop, and then the piston will move up with a constant pressure. And during that, what is the pressure at which the piston will move up? The pressure is 350 kilopascal. That means if the initial pressure is 350 kilopascal, at that point the piston will move up. So see, if the pressure is 150, heat will supply, the pressure will increase. Again heat will supply, the pressure will increase until the pressure reaches at 350 below 350 kilopascal, then after that the piston will move up. When the piston will move up, there is no any resistance, that means the resistance force will same. So at this equilibrium pressure the piston will moved up. So what is that? If this is your free body diagram of the piston, see, this is your atmospheric pressure, this is your weight of the piston. So if we move the piston upward, so what is the equilibrium pressure? To move the upward, this equilibrium pressure is nothing, this is your 350 kilopascal. So this is your equilibrium pressure, and this at this equilibrium pressure, the piston will moved up. When the piston is moved up, this pressure will change? No. Why? Because the external pressure will remain same. So at equilibrium, this pressure is equal to this pressure, and at that equilibrium the piston will move. So this is a quasi-static equilibrium process. Now, and this piston will move at how much volume? The volume final, how much its movement? The final volume is double to its initial volume. When it's moved up to movement, up to this volume, the piston will move. So what is the final temperature during that process, and what is the total work done by the air, and during that what is the total heat supply? So for that, see, this is your ideal gas. So for ideal gas, we know that since this is a closed system, there is no any mass transfer. Since this is a closed system, right? So there is no any mass transfer. So mass remains fixed of the system. When the mass remains fixed, so what is the equation of state? P1 V1 by R T1 is equal to P2 V2 by R T2. This is same. Why? Because the system is same. And what is your P1? Initial pressure 150 kilopascal. And what is your V1? V1 is V1. And what is the T1? 27 plus 273, right? What is the P2? P2 is the equilibrium pressure. What is that? Final pressure 350. And what is the volume? 2 into V1. And what is the temperature at that point? We have to find it, right? So what is the temperature? The temperature at which the pressure inside the system is reached at 350 kilopascal, the temperature is 1400 Kelvin, right? Mind it, the temperature is in Kelvin. Now, if you draw a pressure versus volume diagram, this is pressure and this is volume. You draw a pressure and versus volume diagram, volume in meter cube and pressure in kilopascal. So initially, what is the pressure? What is the pressure? Pressure is 150 kilopascal. And what is the volume of the system? Initially, the volume is 0.4 meter cube. So this is our state number 1. And when the heat will supply, the pressure will change. Inside the pressure will change, but it is the piston will not move. The piston will not move. That means the volume remains constant until the piston start to move. So when the piston start to move, the piston is start to move at equilibrium pressure. That means P2 pressure is equal to 350 kilopascal. So during 1 to 2, this is a fixed volume process. Why? Because below 350 kilopascal, the piston doesn't move upward due to its weight and atmospheric pressure. So inside pressure is that not able to move up to the piston, but once it is reaches at 350 kilopascal, the piston will move. When the piston will move, the resistance pressure will same, that means atmospheric pressure plus weight of the piston. So at this pressure the piston will move, but according to but during the movement heat will supply. If the heat will supply, the volume will increase. So this is your 3 point number 3. So this is your process. So this is your process, right? So this is your total work done. Total work done, right? So up to one there is a pressure inside. 1 to 2 the constant volume process, and 2 to 3 constant pressures. So what is the area of this? What is the area? The area is, what is the pressure? P2 into, what is the volume? Volume is 0.8, right? Double 0.8. So 0.8 minus 0.4. So what is the area? 140 meter square into kilopascal, right? So this is the total work done. So total work done, that means 1 to 3, and 1 to 3 is what? 1 to 2 plus work 2 to 3, but 1 to 2 is 0. So 1 to 3 is same as 2 to 3, and 2 to 3, this is the total work done. So total work done is 140, right? Kilojoule. This is the total work done, net work transfer. Net work transfer, right? Now number second is that this is number second, and this is your number first. This is your number first. Temperature of the final temperature of the system, number first, right? Number third is that, see, number third, applying first law of thermodynamics, first law of TD. First law of TD is what? Energy equation. What is the energy equation? Energy into the system minus energy out from the system is equal to energy of the system, right? Same, what is this? I am repeating again and again because here the many student confused, and finally it's chance to big mistake. So what is that? This is your net energy transfer, and this is your net energy change, and this net energy transfer is the transient or boundary phenomena, and this energy change is the system property, right? And this transient energy transfer phenomena is either in the form of work, either heat, or either mass. And this system property is in various form. It is either internal energy, either kinetic energy, either potential energy, or all other form of energy, right? Form of energy, right? But what is the assumption here? The assumption is closed system. So for a closed system there is no mass transfer. For closed system, for a stationary system, this will 0, this will 0. For stationary system, and this form is approximately neglected as compared to the internal energy of the system. Now, so in this case, what is in? Heat. What is out? Only the boundary work. Other than boundary work, there is no, other than heat and boundary work, there is no another form of work. So the output work is the boundary work, and this difference will exactly give the change its internal energy. So finally Q is into the system minus W boundary plus other form of work is 0 is equal to the delta E of the system is exactly delta internal change in internal energy of the system. This is internal energy. So what is the internal energy change? M U3 minus U1. That means Q minus boundary work is equal to M U3 minus U1. You have Q, you have boundary work, but what is the mass here? Mass of the system. We know that M, why? Because closed system, mass is fixed, P1, B1, R, T1. So what is the P1? 150. What is the V1? 0.4. What is the R? 0.287. We know that. And what is the T1? 300. So what is the mass? What is the mass? Mass is 0.697 kg. Okay. Now, what is now this is very important. What is U3 and what is U1? We don't know. We don't know this value. So internal energy are determined from air table. Why? Because air table is given. So U1 is what? U at 300 degree centigrade, 300 Kelvin. U2, U3 is what? U at 1400 Kelvin. So what is that? 214.07 kilojoule per kg. And what is that? 1113.52 kilojoule per kg. This is your from air table, right? This is from your air table. So what is Q minus what is the boundary work? 140. What is the mass? 0.697. What is the U3? 1113.52. What is the U1? 214.07. So what is heat in? This is your 767 kilojoule. So it is value is positive. So heat into the system, that means heat into the system. So my dear friend, U3, though there is an ideal gas, but the change in internal energy is equal to mCV into T3 minus T1, you may write. But there is a process Cp, constant volume and constant pressure. So how can you apply? So there is a, this is your good exact value. You may also apply that you change in internal energy. So you can also write the change in internal energy is mCv into delta T. So if you U3 minus U1 mCv T3 minus T1, but during U1 to U3 there is both pressure constant and volume constant. So we can able to apply this, but this gives not exact value, not exact value. It's approximate. It is approximation. You may try it. You may try it and give your answer in the next video lecture. Okay. Okay, my dear friend. Thank you.